If your agency is trying to answer this question, what is actually driving results? You're going to run into two terms quickly. One, media mix modeling, MMM, and incrementality testing. The mistake is thinking that they both do the same job. My name is Salam from Inside Titan, where we empower businesses to make better decisions with data and drive growth. Most teams are not choosing between MMM and incrementality testing. They're choosing to answer one of these two questions. This is the first thing to understand. MMM and incrementality testing are not necessarily competing methods in the way people think about it. They answer separate questions. MMM is usually trying to answer something like this. Across all the channels that we are investing in, which is more likely to drive business over a certain period of time? While incrementality testing is usually trying to answer, did this campaign, channel, or tactic create additional outcomes that would not have happened otherwise? There's a difference between these two, because if you ask the wrong question, you'll find yourself going about it the wrong way. MMM is better when the problem is budget allocation. So let's start with MMM. MMM is usually more useful when the business is trying to make bigger strategic decisions. And they will be asking questions like, how should we split spend across channels? Where are we likely hitting diminishing returns or marginality? What is the broader contribution of this channel to the performance? And what is actually driving revenue at the channel level? This is why MMM becomes attractive for larger and more complex programs. It helps teams think at the system level, not at the campaign level. So they are able to think high level. If the agency is helping a client decide where their next 100,000 or 500,000 pounds should go across multiple channels, MMM becomes more relevant in the conversation. Incrementality on the other end is better when the problem is a causality problem. Now, incrementality testing is a little different, but it is much more focused. The question is not, what does the whole system suggest? The question is, what happened because we ran this campaign and what would not have happened otherwise? This is why incrementality testing is valuable, because a lot of marketing reporting shows correlation in a precise way. Spend went up, sales went up, and the ROAS looks strong. But that does not automatically mean that the campaign caused the results. Incrementality helps get closer to the real cause. Did this actually improve the business, or is the platform taking credit of the demand that was already going to happen? That is a question that lets us to be honest about our campaign. So the easiest way is to separate them. If your client is asking, where should we allocate budgets across the channels, then lean more towards MMM. If your client is asking, is this campaign actually creating additional value, then you should lean more towards incrementality testing. That is the most practical distinction between both of them. MMM is broader and more strategic. Incrementality testing is focused and more experimental. MMM helps with portfolio level thinking, and incrementality helps with causal validation. Agencies usually need one before the other. And for a lot of agencies, the most useful next step depends on the maturity of that client. If the client is already spending across several channels and struggling to understand the contribution, MMM is more relevant. If the client keeps asking whether the branded search, retargeting, or one paid social campaign is driving or adding net new value, incrementality is more relevant. So the answer is not which one is better. The answer is, which problem are we trying to solve right now? In a lot of cases, they work better together. This is probably the most important nuance. MMM and incrementality testing are often seen as complementary. MMM can help you understand the broader channel picture. Incrementality testing can help you validate specific assumptions in the experiment. So this does not need to be an either-or conversation. Sometimes it is use MMM for the budget map, use incrementality for a reality check, and that is a much stronger measurement approach. Lastly, ask yourself this. When your client says, what is actually working? Do they mean, where should we invest more across channels? Or do they mean, did this specific campaign create extra results? If you found this useful or valuable, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.